On the two questions on some of the broader moral issues, the country has made up its mind on these issues. I have my views as a practicing Catholic, and my strongest view is on the issue of life, and that the point that life begins at conception and ends at natural death. I'm also opposed to capital punishment, as I said earlier, but also to euthanasia. I don't think it is right for the state to take life. And I think there are very practical reasons on the euthanasia issue as well. But the law is the settled opinion of the country. I may wish it were not so, but I'm not going to change that. I have no ability to change that. Would I serve under a Prime Minister who took a different view from me? Yes, of course I would. I am happy to support the leader of the Conservative Party because all these votes are free votes. They are conscience votes. And the conscience of the country is not in the same place as my conscience. But I believe in freedom of conscience, and I believe in democracy, and that therefore, if that is the state of play, that is something I accept. And it is for the country at large to decide these issues, and that's where they've been decided. So no, I'm not seeking to impose my conscience on the rest of society.
I understand that answer, but were you in the hypothetical situation that the questioner asked to be Prime Minister, whilst you couldn't impose because other people have views as well, you would not exactly be in a weak position, and you could at least guide and nudge to reopen some of these questions. And presumably, since these matters are so important to you, it would be an abdication of responsibility were you not to try to reopen debate on some of these questions.
I think you've got to be realistic about what you can do in politics. Margaret Thatcher was a strong believer in capital punishment, and she tried, as Prime Minister, to nudge people back in favour of capital punishment, and they would not be nudged. And the House of Commons consistently voted against it under her leadership. The Prime Minister's authority over the moral questions is very, very limited, and quite rightly, we don't want to live in Iran. And I don't see myself as being an Ayatollah. And so I have my views. I think they're very important, and I don't back away from them. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that I think my views are wrong, but they are not the law of the land. They are not going to be the law of the land. And it is quite right that other people's conscience should determine equally with mine, but mine as one conscience against many.
We will make America great again.